Yo, what up with y'all YouTube? It's your boy Cstapz. Hey, I'm coming to you with a new build. Fresh, new, just a change up. Wanted to give you a quick preview. If you're new to the channel, got some builds over here of mine that just hit 7K and some other good numbers. If you haven't checked them out, like, comment, subscribe on them like always. But tanky builds, you're looking for it, this is it. You ready for it? New StamSorc build. We got new sets. We got everything. Tanky. That's what you're looking for. This is it. Stay tuned. It's coming now. Okay, so let's get into the build. I got a lot to go over in a little bit of time. Well, a lot of bit of time. So first, I'm going to buff up and let you see the stats. So let's buff up. So this is our fully buffed up stats. You have 5,800 on your back bar, 1,465 stamina recovery. You buffy up at 30,000. Let's switch bars so you can see your main bar. 5,100. Your physical and spell resistance is up there. Let's buff back up so you can see it. As you can see, as that Q, we are using Rallying Cry on this build. This is one of our builds. I mean, one of the sets on the builds, but I just want to go through it, let you guys see it. Choose if this is something you want to use. We are using a couple proc sets on here, but the damage on here is insane. So I just wanted to continue through and just let you see it. So this is the stats. Let's go into the race. I have 22 into health. I have 42 in the stamina. I'm gonna work on this build. The Mundus stone I am using is the warrior. Let's continue down. Consumables we're using is takeaway broth. I like the max health recovery, and stamina. Don't need too much magica recovery on this build, so continuing up. Like I said, we are a orc on this build, and we're an orc because you get the max stamina, which is really nice. You get the max health, and when you deal damage, you heal every 4 seconds, which is really clutch. And then increases the weapon and spell damage by 258 and reduce the cost of sprint by 12%. And like I said, it just makes you move faster. Pretty much while you're using it, you do want to have all your passives. Like I said, your orc, you want to have your assault, undaunted, all of those passives on this build, fighters guild, and all of that. You are using more heavy armor on this set. I mean, on this build, so you do want to have your heavy armor passives, and you want to have medium and light also. We are using sword and board on this build, and we're using sword and build, and two-handed greatsword. So like I said, you just do want to have all your passives. Going back into consumables, like I said, we are using the takeaway broth, but you could use the smoke bear hunch if you want. Kind of similar. If you don't want to use either one of them, you can go cheaper route and use dubious. It works fine. Or you can use lava foot, but you just want to make sure you get your health up towards 30,000. Let's see, did I miss anything on them? Mundus stones we're using is the warrior. Let's continue down. We'll go right into my sets. Why not? First set coming in on this build, we're using Rallying Cry. The good thing about this build that I love, you have Rallying Cry and you have the other set we're using, which is Fire. You don't have to back bar this. You have a front bar and back bar on both of these sets. I'll show you how in a second, but that's what you're using in your front bar, and you do want to have this sharpened trait. Like I said, if you don't know what Rallying Cry does, when battle spirit, so basically when you're in any PvP event area, you'll get more of this, depending on, you'll get more weapon, spell damage, crit resistance, all of that, depending on the size of your group. I'm a solo player, so pretty much I'm getting all the benefits of it, which is really nice. Going down to our second set, we are using the fire. Like, this is an old set, but man, like, let me buff up and just show you the tooltip on the fire. 1 second. So let's go ahead on and buff up. Let's get our Rallying Cry to proc. There we go. Now let me show you the tooltip on it. Like, dude, 3,425 every 2 seconds. Like, this is crazy. And it's when you deal damage with a weapon ability weapon. So on this build, we are using shield charge and we're using puncture, as you know. So like, that's proccing it, and with your crystal weapon, it hits crazy hard. Back bar, we are using the Vader Shram perfected great sword still, if you don't know what this does, you don't have to have the perfected version either. But while momentum or rally is active, casting stamina ability, basically it generates a frenzy momentum, increasing your weapon and spell damage, which is really, really nice. And then after you get 5 stacks or more, you can do a heavy or medium attack weave and proc that damage on everybody in there. So when you team this up with your curse and your Dawnbreaker and everything, man, it hits crazy, crazy hard. We are using poisons on this build. I'm just using the crown store ones. You can choose out and use any ones you like, but you don't have to use that. If you want to go with the traits, you can use literally, you can just use any enchant you like for real, fire damage, lightning, or whatever. Going into armor, we are using a Helm of the Fire reinforced with a prismatic glyph on here. Like I said, this is the way you can use it on both. Like I said, with the sword and the shield, it's really, really nice. But we do have this prismatic heavy. Next, going down, we have the chest reinforced also on big pieces. You do have a prismatic glyph on this also, just to give you more, like I said, stats. Really, really nice. Going down next, we have Baloric's Arm Divines to give you more weapon damage. It gives you the weapon and spell damage, which is really, really nice. If you don't want to run this in Divines, you can run this in Well Fitted, but that gives you your medium piece on the build. Next, going down, we have a light Rallying Cry Sash. You want to get the light pieces on your small sashes and stuff like that. It's just going to help you with your resistance, but you want to have that in light on the sash. Hands, we are using the hands light divines also. Going down, we're using heavy reinforced greaves. We do have a prismatic glyph on this also. Last piece on here, we are using the fire greaves to give you another heavy piece, and we're using this in Well Fitted because you do roll dodge, and that extra 6% really helps on heavy armor. Going down to what really matters on this build, we have it's the reduced prismatic cost glyph. Like, you're rocking 2 of these. If you're a different race, you don't have to use as much, but this is just to save you from dark dealing and just not being in the fight. Like, you really do need these reduced costs. It helps so much, trust me. Like, it's the difference on your skills of, like, literally this, your puncher cost is 700. If you take them off, your puncher's costing 1,000 something. That's huge. Same with your dark deal. All of this, it reduces all of that, which is really nice. So think about that. If you don't want to use infuse, you can use bloodthirsty. That will give you more damage. I wanted to try one bloodthirsty on here, but I just wanted to get it at a nice level. So you are on this build, we are using a marking ring. We changed up from the helm to the marking. I do like the extra damage it gives us on this build. Like I said, if you don't want to go this route, you can literally take this off and put a Rallying Cry piece here and literally change it out any way you want and put a training piece. I would say put a training on your waist, and that'll give you more stats if you don't want to do it that way. Or if you don't have the Vader Strand, you can run it that way. It'll work perfectly fine. Going down, like I said, on the last piece, we are using a spell and weapon damage, and this now gives you stam recovery, which is a little bit, but it's something, which is better than nothing, I guess. Now, let's continue. Let's go into our skills really quick. We'll start with the front bar. This is your spammable on the build, Pierce Armor. Pretty much you're hitting them a minor and major breach, reducing their physical and spell resistance, which is really great. But it's procking your, every time you use it, it's going to proc your fire set, which is really nice. So every 2 seconds you weave that with the bash combo, doing crazy damage. Next, shield assault. This is your CC, and it's your little damage shield you get in PvP. You see you get 4,800 shield, which is really nice. Like I said, we're not buffed up all the way, so tooltip doesn't reflect all the way, but like just really good. It's a CC and it's damage control. CC is great, love it. Next we have crystal weapon. Like I said, this is literally one of my favorite skills. You just put it on your weapon. Literally does, the first hit does 7,826 physical damage, and then the next one does 3,100. Just really good. You put this on your weapon, it lasts 6 seconds. You crack really hard, procking out with fire and everything else. Really good. And like I said, it doesn't cost too much because you have the reduced costs on there. Next, resolving vigor. This has been changed a while back, but basically it just gives you physical and spell resistance now, and it procs your Rallying Cry, which is really good. But just a really good heal that lasts over 5 seconds. Really nice. But the buff for the physical and spell resistance does last 20 seconds. Next we have dark deal. Like, it's the love-hate skill. Like I said, stamina is low. Like say you're out of stamina, you just want to keep dark deal, get you a dark deal going. As long as you got magic, it's a magic dump. Using it does so much. Literally, you have to go into the skills and just see exactly, like, dude, I love it. Like, dark deal, one of my favorite skills, but just by using it, like, oh my god, just reduce, like, it's so much. It's really, really good. It's your heal, all of that. Next, coming up, we have spell wall. Use this to reflect projectiles. If you don't want to use this, you can change out from spell wall, and I would say I would use Greater Storm Atronach, because lately, like, this has been doing crazy damage and just keeping pressure off of you. And you could hide up in it and all that good stuff. It's really, really good. And you can use it to get away. You know, I run a lot. Next front bar, we're gonna go straight into it. We have Haunting Curse. Like I said, this is the shock of StamSorcs. You put it on people, it pops. After a couple seconds or 6 seconds, it pops again, which is really, really nice. You are using this on your back bar. Like I said, just really, really good. 8.5, really, really good dot. Next, we have Hurricane skill you see going around us. It just gets bigger and bigger. I'm not quite sure if this procs the fire, but it may, you know, the way this game works. But basically, it just gets bigger. Last 20 seconds, does damage to people around you. It brings Night Blaze out of cloak. Really, really good skill. Next, we have Blinding Flare. Like I said, this just reveals out Night Blades and it reduces damage on your back bar. Actually, if you want more and more damage, I actually tried this out and it was actually cool. You could put Mage's Fury in that spot and you'll have 2 executes. Another trick. Really, really take down people, definitely in 1v1s. But I like the Blinding Flare just for the major protection, reducing your damage, which is really, really good on this bar where you're using your rally at. Next skill up, Rally. We use Rally, which is really, really good. Rally, if you look at the bottom, last 20 seconds, it procs your Vader Strand sword. So basically, just by using this and just using skills, you'll keep procking it up. And then, like I said, kaboom. Another proc set or nothing, another proc to worry about. Next, like I said, just Rally, great heal, love it. Next, Executioner. This is your execute of choice. If you don't want to use this, you can use the magic execute, like I said, but just really, really good. You have to have an execute on the build to finish off people, like you have to. Next ultimate that we have going for us is Dawnbreaker of Smiting. If you don't know what Dawnbreaker does, CC, leaves a dot, does more damage against werewolves, which it really doesn't seem like it, and vampires, but really, really good skill. Like, I love it. One of my great, like, just great ultimate. AoE hits everybody. Like, I love it. Like I said, we went over sets, we went over everything. Let's go down. Next, we will go straight into the champion points tree. Like I said, if you guys do want to copy or paste or any moment, I'll just scroll through these, let you guys see. New patch coming out. We got a new class coming out. And like I said, just getting ready for it. So hope you guys are enjoying this as much as me. I have been trying to upgrade my setup and get this stuff rolling, but just a lot. So bear with me, guys. Appreciate you guys for being here. Like I said, these are all my champion points. Like I said, pause it at any time. I have gameplay videos of it. I have more coming out. Just stay tuned. Like I said, I just wanted to make sure I got this build out for you guys because it's hitting crazy hard. And like, man, like the numbers, it don't reflect. But like I said, if you have any questions about the build or anything, man, just feel free to hit me up. Like I said, I try to respond to every single comment. If not, hit me up on Discord. Like I said, just holler like, hey, see, you ain't hit me back. Like I said. But I hope you guys are enjoying my builds. Like, I'm enjoying them. I'm enjoying smacking people. Like, stay tuned. More builds coming. Peace.